Famine and Starvation. Video presentation by Brianna Kanabraki. To know the difference between famine and starvation, famine is the extreme scarcity of food. Starvation is the suffering or death caused by hunger. Worldwide, 815 million people go hungry, making that 1 out of 9 people. As a result to famine and starvation, emphasis will be focused on the 3 world's hungriest countries. The number 1 hungriest country is Central African Republic. At least half the population, or 2.5 million individuals, are in extreme hunger crisis. This is leading citizens to killing and looting others' livestock. This has also resulted to begging. In a short film produced by the International Committee of the Red Cross, it is shown how hunger can result from poverty-stricken Central African Republic.
We're talking of one of the poorest countries in the world. If you add conflict, looting, and displacement to the long-existing poverty and underdevelopment, you end up with a population in despair. Some of these people are now in their 5th month of displacement, which means that for the past 5 months, they've been drinking water of very questionable quality, they have been eating whatever they can find, they've probably not seen a doctor or a nurse, and their children have not been to school.
75% of the country relies on agriculture for their livelihoods, and 2 million citizens are food insecure. The next leading population suffering from hunger is Chad. With a population of 14 million, 87% of the citizens living in Chad are below poverty line. Chronic food insecurity and climate-related disasters result in more than 1.4 million citizens as being classified as malnourished. With regards to famine, Al Jazeera produces a short film that pays careful attention to Chad's hunger crisis striking children.
He is 2 years old. He is slowly recovering from malnutrition at this overcrowded hospital in northwestern Chad. His mother says there are many starving children like him in their village.
I am very happy because since I arrived, I have received treatment for my child. I can see other children getting treatment, and I know my child will get better. When he has recovered, we will go back to the village, and I will tell other mothers that they must bring their children here.
Many of the severely malnourished are fed using nasal tubes. They are too weak to eat normally. The UN estimates that 127,000 children under the age of 5 in Chad will suffer from severe acute malnutrition this year. The crisis stretches way across borders into Mali, Niger, Mauritania and Burkina Faso.
Although it is extremely upsetting to see what these children face every day, 146,958 people in Chad have reached nutrition and health programs in year 2017. The 3rd most deprived country is Sierra Leone. Hunger levels have increased in the past year, and now 3.5 million people face hunger in the country. Malnutrition is the greatest cause of child mortality, accounting for half of children's deaths. In a short film produced by the International Medical Corps, the hunger in Sierra Leone is mostly explained that the women and the children are the ones suffering the most to survive with the food production.
Here they call it the hunger season, when heavy rains batter crops and roads become impassable. We're on our way to see its impact. This is what true hunger looks like. These women and children have walked for miles to gather at a distribution centre.
And this is all they're waiting for. They get a kilo of lentils, some high-protein blend and some cooking oil. It's got to last them a whole month, and they've been here this morning waiting for hours already.
I've been waiting since 9 o'clock. That's 4 hours.
How many miles have you had to walk today to get here?
4 miles.
You tired?
Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah.
The desperation of these women is clear to see, but where are the men?
Their men don't accompany them. We have loved to see their men accompany them, but they are not doing that. We have talked to them, they are not doing it up to now.
So these women are really just raising their children, and trying to feed them on their own?
Exactly. They are really hardworking.
Where are the men? What do the men do?
They are relaxing at home.
In the queue we met Yebu, who's just given birth to twins. We helped her back to the home she shares with 25 others.
It's really difficult during the raining season. Without this food, I will have to beg to survive.
This is the grim reality of life in one of the world's poorest countries, where meagre supplies are a lifeline for survival.
In developing countries today, around 45% of deaths of children under age 5 are directly linked to undernutrition. Approximately 462 million adults are underweight worldwide. I will now introduce a Monmouth University student, Lenny, as he explains to us his journey to Uganda on a mission trip with his church. Lenny, where did you travel to?
I traveled to Uganda, East Africa.
Okay, and then what was your purpose of traveling there?
The purpose of traveling was to fill religious volunteer application, as well as bring awareness, food, and funds to the less fortunate over there, the people in need of food.
How long did you stay in Uganda?
I stayed in Uganda for 2 weeks.
And where did you live?
I lived in a campsite right a couple miles away from where we were working.
Living way different than how we do in America, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Explain what you saw in Uganda.
I saw a lot of hardships. I saw a lot of people struggling. I saw hardly any clean water source. I didn't see any real sewage. So, I mean, even the way that people go to the bathroom are different over there. The scarcity is real.
Yeah.
Hardly any food.
But you kept healthy for yourself, right?
Yeah. I definitely had immunization before I came down. Even just diving before I came, you're not gonna have the same amount of calories you would back at home in the United States.
Yeah. And you had to be trained before you went?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Lenny, what did you plan on providing to the citizens of Uganda?
I plan on providing food, resources, hope, first aid, as well as drop shipments from the UN, as well as just some sort of program and ritual, like praying, and hope for some change.
And Lenny, how can you relate that back to... And after watching my video presentation, Lenny, on famine and starvation, what can you relate your mission trip back to all the facts?
Yeah, so your video was about the hardships and just about the staggering statistics about how many people suffer from it, and that's exactly what I saw over there. The nourishment of the children that are taking so many lives from their little kids, even the parents working so hard to get their kids a meal. Definitely a lot is true, and I saw that firsthand, just how hard life is over there for them, and the amount of food and the resources that are so low because of whether it was droughts or flooding, war. It's horrible.
Yeah, and we're really blessed to be living over here in America, and we have to be grateful every day.
Absolutely.
Because we never know, what's going on in those other countries.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Lenny.